Okay, good morning, guys. Let's start the session. And today's session will be on control statements. So let me create a file. So today's concept is on control statements. First one, the first one is the break statement. Second one, continue, and the third one, pass. These are the control statements we are using in our Python to take the control over the looping. Okay, we have loops, right? To control, to take the control or execution, to take the control execution on the loops, we use break statements and continue statement and pass statements. These are the control statements. Let's discuss one by one. First, we will discuss about the break statement. What is a break statement? The break statement is a code in Python which is used to bring the program control out of the loop. So let's say there is a iteration is going on, either it can be a for loop or a while loop, doesn't matters. In both of the loops, if you want to take the control out of that loop, we use the break statement. The break statement breaks the loops one by one. That is um, in case of nested loops, it breaks the inner loop first, then it breaks the outer loop next. Okay, as we have discussed in earlier sessions, we have in nested loops we have outer loop, then inner loop. In the similar way, first it will breaks the inner loop, then it will goes to the outer loop. Okay, I'll give you simple example what is an outer loop. And I in some str, this is one loop. Okay, so let's not write here. Let me create one new Python file so that it will demonstrate you well. So let's say it is an example for nested loop, guys. For I in, let's say, loop 1. Okay, loop 1, this is first loop. For I in loop 2, for I in loop 3. So you'll have some print statement, then exit from there, then you're gonna have one more print statement, exit from there, one more statement, exit from there. Okay, and at last you will have one more. So if you run, it runs nothing because there is no loop 1 is defined. Okay, if you want to encode, let's loop 1 consist some empty list. So it will see what it says. So here this is inner loop 1. This is first inner loop. First. Second. And this is second inner loop. And this one is third inner loop. Sorry, outer loop. So the scope of this one is this. Okay. Then second and outer loop. You're getting Ashwartha? Do you have any doubts about inner loops and outer loop? Okay, just you go through the recorded session in YouTube. Okay, then you will come to know this thing. Okay, is nothing. See, inner loop is nothing but the scope of this loop. So the see here the line here, you can see that, right? This is scope. Okay, this is called as scope. You can access this I. variable till this. Okay, and this I variable till this, and this variable you can access till this loop. Okay, okay. This is just an example. Uh, let's move back to the. Okay, Ashada, we are getting echo from your side. Just turn off your mic. Okay. Okay. As you said, just we were discussing on break statement, right? Let me give you one simple syntax. What it does, it breaks the control or iteration. Very simple definition. What is syntax? We'll use the just break keyword. That's it in our program. Let me give you one example for this. Let's say uh, I'll give you one simple example. Let me write one. Let me take one variable which stores some string, anything, hello, and looping for I in which one str. Okay. Then wherever if I found ll, if I sorry, wherever I get this l, I must skip. So I do not want to print on the console this else. Then this time we'll go with break statement. Okay. Here we have defined and declared and initialized one string. Then we have used for loop to read the characters from this string. Then wherever this i's value equals to L, which means whenever I encounter this L, I want to just break the statement, okay, and continue the rest of the statements. Which means wherever I occurs, it will just ignores. Then the rest of the things will get printed. For this, we need to print the I. That's it. So let's run this. What it says L. So it is a character, right? It is a character. So this should be in a quote, single quote or double quote. See H E. That's it. There is no L. It will breaks the iteration. It will breaks the iteration, and rest of the code won't get execute. Okay. See H E L has occurred. That's it. It won't get the other characters won't get printed. In simple words, the other statements or other iterations won't be printed, which means it is breaking the iteration. Are you getting any doubts till now? Okay, fine. So next we will discuss about continue. So what is continue? So continue is the keyword which is very similar to break, but there is a very mild difference in between break and continue. So the only difference is the continue keyword will continue its execution after finding out the it continues, it breaks the it is also takes the control over the loop, but or iteration, but continues its execution, continues to execute rest of the statements. Let me give syntax. The syntax will be just continue keyword. Okay. Let me give you one example for this. We'll take this similar example. Okay. Uh, let's say string one. String one, I'll store hello, same string, and for in str1. Then whenever if I in the loop, whenever it occurs L for this, it is a character, so it should be in quote that print that I. So now you will come to know the difference between break and continue. See what it says? It just after encountering, see it won't get prints this HELLO among this whole string. It will sorry, after this continue should be indentation should be proper. See here what happened here. H I is equals to H printed next character E, it has taken printed next L. Wherever it encounters L, it won't get prints, it will just skips, it will just simply skips that particular condition, which means wherever I encounter I is equals to L, it will skips. Okay, then after skipping these two characters, the execution has to continue, it should not stop the iteration. So that's the reason after LL it has printed O also. But in case of break, what happened? What was the thing with break statement? It just stopped at the L. So let me demonstrate you that also in the same example. So now you see after L, that's it. Everything got stopped, right? Everything got stopped. Just skipped everything. It has break the entire statement. There is no after HE. There is nothing. It stopped execution. But in case of continue, it will print the next statement, next iteration, that is O, because it won't breaks, it just skips the particular character. Are we good now? Any doubts? Do you have any doubts, guys, regarding this? Next, pass keyword. What is a pass keyword? So pass keyword, see, this is also very similar to break and continue. The only difference is we will call it null. Null is named as in general before there is no much difference between null and pass. So we can use the pass statement as a placeholder. Let's say you are unsure about your there is something some code is in your script, there is a particular code which you are not sure about whether that code is causing you to raise an error in your script, or you don't know about that, you are not sure about whether that particular script is causing any kind of errors or exceptions. At the time, we'll use the pass keyword to such kind of scenarios. And the syntax will be pass. And here, I'll give you one very simple example. So wherever it, let's go with some different example, or we can go with same example. So string to hello. Next for I in sorry str str2 if I is equals to I is equals to L. Same example with different control statement. We'll use pass. Print that I. Okay, let me run this. See what it says? It just printed all. If there is an error, it will, let's say I is equals to A. See, we haven't, see, is there any, if I do not use this pass, now we'll see the error. Okay, okay, now you see this. It will says there is no such, there is no such character A in hello. So that's the reason I'm passing pass keyword. So it will just what it will do. Sorry, indentation. Okay. So whether there is a exception or error in the script, it doesn't matter. It will just pass. Even though if there is a letter A, it will just passes. See, let me include A here. Let me rerun this. So if there is A, okay. If there is no A, doesn't matters. It will just skips the condition which is used to pass the just character. Let's say go with L. Same thing. Any doubt? Yeah. Even though if you have X, there is no X character in our string, right? Generally, it's supposed to raise an exception. It will raise an error. Okay. If you use the pass keyword, it won't raise any kind of errors. It will just pass as the condition iteration. Sorry. Are we good? Okay. If you have any doubts, please do let me know, guys. So that's all for the day.